What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now today is a day that I am so excited about. Right here behind me is a pond that has caught so many big bass over the years. Like from the time before I was born to like whenever I was a kid, there's been huge bass along with bluegill, all kinds of other fish caught out of this pond. Now I kid you not, I've probably not been here in 3 years. The pond is tiny and it gets overgrown, and I don't know why else, but we just haven't been back here. And it just brings back so many memories as I walk up, as I see this pond of like awesome fishing that I've had. Like I said, the pond is tiny, so I don't know how it's gonna be. I don't know if the pond's really good now or if it's terrible, because like I said, I haven't fished it. But one thing that I'm seeing that I don't like is all this grass. Holy. All that used to be water, and I really don't even think it's fishable right now. And then all this used to just be dry, so I guess since the water's so high right now, it's drained over into there. I doubt there's any fish in there. But man, this is not good, because I can't fish that at all. Literally all I have to fish is this pool right here. I mean, you see it, you gotta be thinking what I'm thinking. Let's chunk a frog in here, see if we can catch any bass, and if we don't, then we'll switch up the game plan from there. I'm just gonna start off the bank. Alrighty, boys, got the old frog right here. Man, this is some thick grass on top of the water. There's really never been grass like this before. I guess it's just got so grown up back here. I mean, I don't think anybody's fished here in a while. It may have been years since there's been a lure in here. Not really seeing any signs of fish yet, so they could all be dead. There's only one way to find out, though. I hate that you can't fish any of that side of the pond. Oh, dude, I was looking down at my toe and something just blew up. God, that sounded big. It's like a deep thud. Okay. I'm gonna make a few more casts over there. Gotta check that out real good. I do know this pond's been known to hold some pretty big mudfish, or bowfins, what they're technically called. So I would not be surprised if we ran into one of them, especially on this frog. Those things are some aggressive fish. And I feel like if there's one species that survived, oh, what was that? Oh my goodness. Something just blew up on the frog. Okay, this is getting exciting. But yeah, I feel like if there's one species that has survived this pond, possibly drying up and being taken over with weeds, it would be a bowfin. Or, like a catfish or something. A little more resilient than bass. There's 2 bites we've got over there. There's some sort of life in here. And I don't think it was like a bullfrog. I think it was a fish. We're gonna come back and fish this real good. This is a very fishy looking spot. But I do want to explore over here, see if this is completely taken over or if there's any open water. Man, this really stinks to see, guys. You don't understand it. I've never really filmed out here. Ooh, look at those turkeys. Pause, hold that thought. Look at that. Man, I need to come turkey hunting out here. There's some big ones out there too. They're gone. But yeah, like I was saying, all of this used to just be open water, man. That stinks to see, but let's get back on the other side and let's try to get us a fish. Oh. I gotta be quiet. This pond's small. Anytime I make a big movement, every fish in here is gonna feel it. All right, guys, I think I've developed a pretty good game plan. So I've got the kayak in the pond, as you can see. I still have this frog rod right here, but in addition to the frog rod, I have another bait caster with a Senko, which is, you know, one of the easiest lures to catch bass on. Oh man, I got ticks. That's not good. Like I was saying, I have a frog rod, I have a worm, a Senko, and then on this little spinning rod that's behind me, I have a bobber and I have live worms, baby. I mean, if there's anything in here, they'll bite a live worm. Ooh, I missed it. Ooh, he missed it again. Dude, that side over there has got some fish. But anyways, while I keep fishing for bass, I'm gonna go ahead and rig up a worm. Maybe just over here in the middle. Alright, worm is out. While that sits there, it's time to toss around this worm. Dang, there's actually minnows all around my body. Maybe that'll bring some actual fish over there too. Look at that. That was some kind of fish. Oh, he got it. I just choked. Saw something stir, cast it in there, he ran with it, and I missed it. I will say that fish felt tiny, but you never know. Could have been an absolute monster. That was the first good bite I've had. It was on a Senko, weightless worm. So they will eat a Senko, noted. Also, it was a fish that I saw stir. I cast it on and he hit it instantly, which leads me to believe they're pretty aggressive fish. Because it's not always whenever you see one stir that you can get it to bite right away. Another thing is that fish was all the way up in these bushes, so there might be fish back in these trees. Oh, we got it. Crap. I mean, right by the boat. Oh, one. Oh, got him. What is it? Ah, it's a bass, but he's a baby. It's kind of what I was afraid of. They might be stunted. Super pretty, those dark black bass. Old cypress tree pond, real grassy. It's exactly what I would expect them to look like. It's kind of disappointing though. I feel like they might all be small. I'm a little surprised nothing's going for the worm yet. Like the live worm. Figured we would have landed on a bluegill or something by now. Or one of these little bass would hit it. Oh, I had him. They're stacked over in that corner. That one didn't really feel very big either, but it was another bite. Alright boys, we are now completely in the cypress trees. Check how deep it is. Because it might only be like a foot deep back here. Yeah, about a foot deep. That's enough water though. Alright guys, I am not liking this back here. I'm honestly getting kind of sketched out. There should be a gator coming to eat me at any second now. And it's very shallow back here. So let's head back out to the main pond. Alright boys, it's time to get out of here. The video is not over though, so stay tuned. Well boys, we honestly didn't fish for that long. We probably only fished for an hour, but the thing is, it was such little water. I mean, we covered the pond like 3 or 4 times. I'm a little sad to see the pond that used to be so good just not be that good anymore. I was able to catch a fish and I got a couple other bites, so I was happy I didn't get skunked, but man, I just don't think there's any big fish in there anymore. So we're actually going to a very similar pond now. This is actually my pond, or you know, my dad's pond. I've done some fishing there before. There's usually a ton of bluegill and there's a few big catfish in there. But some of the catfish we know have died off, so I don't know if there's catfish in there at all. But we're just gonna be doing a little bit of live bait fishing, so see if we can get on some fish, see if that pond's in better condition than this one. This pond has a very similar issue to the last one. It's starting to get taken over by grass. Look at all this grass. It's literally all over the pond. It used to be completely bare of grass, but I am seeing so much fish activity, like minnows, little fish stirring, frogs jumping. But the thing is, I did stock 1 bass in here a long time ago, my pet bass, so if we catch that, that would be sick. But let's get a worm out, let's see what we can do. Surely there will be some fish willing to bite a live worm at this pond. In the past, this pond has had just a bunch of dinky bluegill. I'd love to pull out a decent one. There's a really good population of minnows in here, so these bluegill always have bait, but these bluegill just spawn so fast. I think that's kind of what's limited their size. This is the same worm I had at the last pond. Didn't even put on a new worm. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Speaking of baby, this fish is tiny. You know what? I'm gonna use him for catfish bait. Don't know if there's catfish still in here, but that is gonna be the victim to try it. Part of me believes that there's no catfish left, but that's what we're gonna use to try for them. And that fish actually had eggs. I could see it whenever I cut him open. I'm not gonna show it to the camera, but that just goes to show that these fish are spawning very fast. I think I'm gonna try right over here, out there in the middle. I'm just gonna leave my bail open, let it sit right there, watch the line while I continue to absolutely smack these bluegill on the worm. I wanna catch a big one. Who knows if they're in here though. There we go. These are pretty fish, just purebred bluegill, but they're all tiny. We're getting way more action than we even dreamed about getting at the last pond though, so can't be mad about this. Go! Dude! I think that was my bass. Dude, I think that was my bass. I can't wait to watch that footage back because that did not look like a bluegill. And I've only put 1 bass in this pond and it was my pet. Oh, please be him. Oh, this is something decent. It's a bluegill. Well, he's pretty small. Dude, what was that stirred though? That had to have been a bass. It literally looked like a bass. Also, the pond looks very clear. I didn't realize it till just now, but I guess all this grass has kind of cleaned it up. We gotta catch that bass, man. Ooh, dude, there it was again. I swear that's a bass. Oh my goodness, dude. Am I about to bass fish at the pond with only 1 bass? I gotta grab it. Gotta grab my Senko. So I know for a fact nobody has ever caught a bass out of this pond. I am gonna trim this down a little bit though. Make it about a 4-inch Senko. And really, if that's a bass, it's just kind of right place, right time, because I mean, I'm never here, and the odds that that bass is just sitting right in front of me are crazy. All right, I'm gonna keep the Senko on standby for the next time I see that fish stir. But as for now, let's get, oh my goodness, there he was. Please bite it, dude. Please be bullet and please bite it. Oh my gosh, I literally had him. I'm not joking. I'm getting chills. This would be epic, dude. Please come back for it, girl. All right, we're gonna go back and just keeping the Senko on standby. Just keep casting this worm around. I mean, he could eat a worm. Seems like he's just eating everything right now. That was so tiny. Well boys, that's a wrap on today's video. We had some exciting moments, almost caught my pet bass, caught some fish here at the second pond, caught one at the first pond. If you guys want me to go back to either of those ponds or you have any ideas for them, let me know in the comments down below. But anyways guys, I appreciate y'all watching this video. I will see y'all in the next one.